Today is National Lazy Day, so what is the laziest thing you will admit to doing?
I was too lazy to bend over to pick up my makeup brush, so I picked it up with my toes.
Oh, that's not lazy. That's creative. That's being flexible and that's not lazy. That's good. You got toes.
Okay.
I wish I had that skill. But then again, I wouldn't want my feet near my makeup brush, necessarily. But you got
I didn't do my makeup with my feet.
Well, that
although
would be
some
interesting.
days-
I think we should do that in the live stream because that would be a talent. Can you curl your eyelashes with your toes?
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
What's up? Welcome in. Garnet Trust Hour again here. I am Wes Mitchell. He is Chris Clark. Got our special guest in studio, Josh Simon, South Carolina tight end, South Carolina transfer tight end. Josh, how we doing, man? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I appreciate you guys for having me here. It's an honor, man.
So you're a South Carolina guy. You're a Palmetto State guy.
Right.
You've talked about this before. I know press conference, and I know we did an interview with you on Gamecock Central even when you were committing to the Gamecocks. But let's first go back a little bit for people who don't know your story. Spent a good portion of your career so far at Western Kentucky, hit the portal, had the opportunity to get back home, get back to South Carolina. What was that kind of portal experience like for you, man, and how did you find yourself back at South Carolina? Why did you pick the Gamecocks?
The portal was so real, man. It was an unbelievable feeling. It was kind of like being recruited out of high school again. Pretty much. That's pretty much how I could put it. It was like being recruited again. Phone always blowing up from this place, that place. Kind of get asked the same questions just to figure out if you're the right fit. South Carolina came across the board. I saw nobody in the room. Everybody left. I had word of Trey and possibly Coach Loggins coming from Arkansas, but I was like, to run 12, you need two good tight ends, and the room is empty, so why not? It's some competition, and my mama wanted me close to home. My mama wanted me closer to home. I kind of wanted to be closer to home. I left home kind of early, fresh after 18, and went to Western, so I spent 4 years up there, and you get a chance to come closer to home, and that's what I did.
Well, making mama happy, always a good move. Chris, this interview is brought by 360 Clean today. So our man Barry, always taking care of Gamecock student athletes, and a great company on top of that.
Nominal company, 360 Clean's partnered up with here on the Garnet Trust Hour to help bring us this interview. Josh, that's the really cool thing about NIL. If you could use a more health-focused cleaning service for your business, 360 Clean's the innovative leader for commercial cleaning services across South Carolina. So visit 360clean.com to learn more and set up a free cleaning proposal for your business. Again, that's 360 Clean, 360clean.com. What do you think about that, Josh?
Yeah, man, shout out to 360 Clean for always standing by us Gamecocks in the NIL world and doing what they can for us on behalf of Coach Beamer and the Gamecock family. We say thank you, 360 Clean.
Yeah, good stuff there. So Josh, we were talking about this before we came on. We were trying to run down. We'll take you behind the scenes of what it's like to be us, and you can take it what it's like to be a Gamecock football player, to be you. But we were trying to run down whether or not you were committed.
Yeah.
Right. We knew it's probably going to happen, but I wasn't sure. And so, Wes, you probably remember this. I called Wes one day. I just randomly, I can't remember what day it was. During the middle of the day, I'm like, I'm going to try to call Josh Simon. We'll see if I can try to end this once and for all. And then I talked to you, and then I called Wes after, and I was like, listen to what just happened. And then we just tried to figure it out. So I call you, and you answer, which surprised me. And then you're like, I'm hunting. Hey, hold on a minute. And there's all this noise. What was going on that day?
Me and my dad and my brother, we was rabbit hunting.
Okay.
Anybody out there that's listening, you got an overpopulation of rabbits. Yeah, we do run with little small beagle dogs. They're not no big dogs. We run with little small beagle dogs, real small actually. And we was in the woods that day trying to get it in because with rabbit season, it's kind of towards the end of the year, so it's kind of during football season. So if I have a chance to get out there in the woods and just listen to the dogs run and listen to that sweet music, man, I'm going to go. And unfortunately, that's where I was at that time. It was the middle of the day. We probably was out there since sunup when the dew was still on the ground. And, I answered that call that time.
Yeah, I was surprised that you answered it, A, and then B, answered it in the woods. I guess you don't – do you need to be quiet during
Yeah. So if you couldn't tell on the phone, I was kind of discreet. It wasn't like I was rushing you off the phone, but the dogs was running good, and I figured they was gonna bring them back to me. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm rabbit hunting right now, and I can get back with you."
Yeah. We wrapped it up quick, but you pretty much you're like, "Yeah, I'm coming to South Carolina," and so that was kind of it. That kind of solved our question.
Josh, so you're a country boy.
Yeah, man. I grew up hunting, fishing, riding 4-wheeler dirt bike. I rode horses. You know, my daddy kept us working. We worked a lot on the 18-wheeler, flatbeds, containers. You know, my granddaddy used to set mobile homes, so I did some of that, putting axles on, tire axle, tie down, you know, setting the blocks and all that good stuff. Yeah, man.
What is your favorite thing among all that? Is it fishing? Is it hunting? Is it riding horses? What's your favorite kind of hobby among the ones you just talked about, man?
If I had to choose one, honestly, probably be the rabbit hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, because you got to think about it. Those dogs kind of like a football team. They get in there and they pack together, you know what I'm saying? And the more you hunt them, the better they get. So it kind of gives you joy as a sportsman, as a dog, man, to see your dogs get in there and actually run what you want them to run and not run no trash, man. That's kind of it gives you an adrenaline. You know, if you guys ever have a chance to get out in the woods and hear some dogs, some good dogs sing a good song, man, you'll change.
So is that an invite? Can Chris and I come learn something from you, Josh?
Yeah, we can learn. My daddy probably ain't gonna give you no gun. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you don't shoot his dog. You know.
Yeah. But, I don't blame him for that.
Y'all might get some good luck, man. There's always the first timers that get, you know.
Oh, that's the thing.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
All right. So when you get to South Carolina, tell us about the first few days. Like, what were your impressions when you finally were able to get around the program and kind of just start getting ingrained in things here in Columbia?
Yeah. So going into my 5th year, it's kind of I understand what college football is kind of about. You know, to have fun, but also the business side of it. You know, and coming to the SEC, I knew it was it's the SEC, the biggest, baddest conference you can play in on the college level, and I just was curious and kind of anxious to see what the work was like. And, you know, I guess once you get through those first couple of days, butterflies of being anxious about what's going on or what's expected, you can kind of like calm down and actually be yourself. But it was rough, man, because they put it on us, man. It wasn't no walk in the park, but it definitely made me realize this is another level of football.
Every time we have guys on the Garnet Trust Hour, they bring up Coach Day, and they bring up the workouts, and they say it is different than any sort of workout regimen they've ever been in. What is the biggest difference being in Coach Day's work? Because everything we've heard, it's not just the intensity. It's that literally, you're doing different things, and it's a mental test every time.
He attacks your brain, man. he attacks your brain in a way. It's not like I'm going to make you quit. I'm going to want you to quit. It's, can you do it when it really gets hard? You know, can you really, because it's going to be some things that frustrate you, make you ask questions and stuff like this, but that's kind of like the point of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the mental aspect of it. Don't get me wrong, it's physical too now. You're gonna breathe hard, you're gonna sweat, you're gonna be a little tired, but it's a mental game. So he really tries to get you stronger in the head, so you can realize like you got to do it when it's tough.
Is there one thing you can point to that's the hardest, whether it's mental, physical, however you define the hardest that y'all did in workouts?
Monday.
Just all of it.
Every Monday?
Every Monday. If you're in the program, Monday. Some places might be a Friday or it's Monday.
So do y'all go into that like, man, just get me through Monday?
No, you don't want that mindset. You don't want that mindset. You want it's Monday, let's get it mindset. If you got that one, you're going to be in for a rough day, especially if you didn't take care of yourself over the weekend. Mondays, man.
Cool, man. So throughout spring practice, I don't know about you, Chris, but we kept hearing, because we try to find out what's going on around the program. All the practices aren't really open to the public or open to media. We get a little bit we get to see. But, man, we kept hearing Trey Knox and Josh Simon on the field at the same time, the ability of the two of you to kind of play off of each other and create mismatches. What was it like for you coming in with Trey and then just being two athletic pass catchers that could maybe go make something happen in this Dow Loggins offense? I know you don't want to give too much away, but what is it like to kind of maybe team up with that guy and create some mismatches?
Man, shout out to Trey. Trey's my boy. I want to say that. Shout out to Trey. I learned a lot from Trey, not just because he comes with logging or he came with logging, and some people may think, he already know the offense. But Trey is he's really a student of the game. You know what I'm saying? And he's a very humble young man. He's a very intelligent individual. I'm pretty sure if y'all listen to his conversations and stuff like that, you can tell he's really intelligent and he's willing to help. You know, me and him, we about the same size, about the same athletic ability. So it's kind of cool to see a guy kind of built like me that played in the SEC, and I can go to him, hey, Trey, you know, or he can come ask me what you think. I ask him, hey, what about this, this, and this? And we could just critique each other for the, you know, for the greater good. It's for the better. And we don't get too, you know, I don't want to say it, but we don't get too in our feelings about certain things. You know, we just come to work and we try to because we in a room with a bunch of young guys. Me and Trey is the oldest right now, so we try to get ourselves better and get them better as we work.
Give us some quick impressions of the young guys, by the way. I want to get back to you, get back to Trey, but what have you seen from Connor Cox and Reed and those guys just in the tight end room?
Man, they determined. Yep. Those some determined young cats, man. They determined, they work hard, they're really, really focused, and they want to do what's best for the team. It's kind of like, you know, when you're young, you're getting into college football. I'm in high school and everybody's good, so you kind of focus on the small details of things, and they've been transitioning pretty well, you know what I'm saying? We can all get better at studying and learning what they got to do, but they've been doing good.
All right, guys, we got to take a quick break. We are here in the studio with Josh Simon. This is Garnet Trust Hour 107.5 The Game.
Mix a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews, and you've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
Whenever I drive separately with Susie, you always have to go first. So sure enough, I pull into the garage. She's not even here yet, which allows me now the opportunity to stand there, just holding the door open, like the gentleman that I am. And I snapped a photograph of Susie's reaction, and there it is. How did you get here?
The Rich Eisen Show podcast, wherever you listen.
Smoothie King asks, what's that sound? That's the refreshing sound of our extreme watermelon smoothie. Made with a watermelon juice blend, coconut water, and sweetened strawberries. Back for a limited time. Only at Smoothie King.
We'll be right back.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back in. Garnet Trust Hour 107.5 The Game. Hanging out in studio with Josh Simon, South Carolina tight end. What's up, Josh? Glad you're here, man. This has been fun so far. Time is flying. I want to go back real quick also to when you committed. I think you told us about your Twitter account. You're like, hey, man, I just got this thing started, or you maybe had to create a new one. And I was like, man, this guy is not into the social media stuff the way everybody else is. Is that still the case?
That's still the case, man. I'm not. The only reason I really got it, social media, was coming up in high school. I realized I needed a Twitter. Yeah. Because my coach, he was like, you get a Twitter, so when you get an offer, you know, you could put it on there and let the world know. I was like, all right, I'll make a Twitter for that. Yeah. But other than that, I don't, you know, social media nowadays, you don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake. Mm-hmm. You don't know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. So me, I pay attention to the stuff that affects my world. You know what I'm saying? I don't too much buy into the social media because everybody got an opinion. Social media is a free, open place, but anybody can go do anything they want to do with social media. There's some advantages and some disadvantages of it. Me personally, I just keep my life, you know. And if you want to figure something out about me, you can call me or Google it or something like that. But other than that, I ain't big on social media.
So we know that you love the outdoors, but there's not a ton of time for that, like at a time like now, right? Right. You're, you know, working out, and then obviously when you guys get into preseason camp, you'll be kind of locked up doing all that stuff. You got school, but what is your world like other than football, other than school? Like, what do you make time to try to do in the little spare time you have?
I'm a big family man. I'm a big family type of guy. Not, you know, some people like to go places and do this and go to the tourist cities and take vacations and all that. I'm not that type of guy, honestly. I can sit at home and be happy all day. You know, I don't got to go places and pay $5 for a water bottle because I'm in a tourist city. You know, I can stay at home and keep that money, you know. Yeah. I'm a big family guy, you know, hunting, fishing, just being around people that genuinely care about me. That's the type of guy I am.
And so you were telling us off air, you originally were from Kingstree, South Carolina, which I did not know.
Sir.
Darius Rush from that general area as well, because you're listed. You're not even listed as being from Sumter. What's your
Dazzle?
Dazzle, which I'll be honest,
I'm from Sumter, man. I'm from Dazzle.
I was not familiar with that area. Yeah. My wife is from Sumter originally, but What's it? I guess you want to shout out your hometown there, and what was it like?
Shout out to Dalzell, man. Shout out to Sumter too. Shout out the whole Sumter and surrounding areas. But yeah, I'm from Dalzell, man.
So
hey, you know who? Real quick, Wes. Famous alum.
No, go ahead.
Famous alumnus from Dalzell, aside from Josh Simon. Not alumnus. I'm sorry, just famous athlete from Dalzell.
Yeah. Well, you want me to tell you who he is?
Yeah.
The big one? John Morant.
Well, John Morant. There's another one, though, I'm thinking of.
Ooh.
Ray Allen.
I mean, see, y'all got me on the radio. Look, yeah.
Josh is like, I got a bunch of them. Yeah, you know the whole history.
Ray Allen, he was from what I was told, he was a military kid.
Yeah.
My middle school, which was Hillcrest Middle School, used to be a high school back in the day. Way back in the day. Yeah. Ray Allen and Josh's dad, T. Morant, they actually played together at Hillcrest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah. They say Ray Allen was a military kid, so he came for like a year or two, something like. I don't know the exact
So he doesn't
story.
count? Is that what you're saying? No.
I ain't saying that. But yeah, it's something like that.
The transplant. Now, Ray Allen used to play. There was an alumnus from Irmo, B.J. Mackey, played for the Gamecocks basketball. He and Ray Allen used to battle back and forth. Can you imagine seeing that?
Good battles, I'm sure. But
packed.
so did you think he was about to say Ja when he said?
I mean, we got a couple guys that made it. I was like the big one, the one that probably everybody mostly knows about. But we had a couple guys from Sumter, Dalzell, that area that made it.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So I guess let's go back to kind of you making this transition to Columbia and getting settled in. On the field, was there any part of the transition that kind of was most surprising to you or most difficult as far as getting into SEC ball, or was it more the other side where you're like, once you got settled in, you're like, man, I can do this. Like, I can play at this level. I fit at this level.
It was more of once I got comfortable and situated. And the hardest thing really in this transition for me is learning the playbook. Mm-hmm. Because football is X's and O's. It ain't too much change about the game itself. So it was for me learning the playbook and learning what to do and getting with Spence. Like, Spence, hey, how you like this route ran? Or how would you like me to run this and stuff? Just getting chemistry with everybody. And once I got that, it was like, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Give us without giving too much away, what's your best description of what Dow Loggins' offense is going to look like?
You ever seen a really fast race car? A good one?
Yeah.
It's put together good. You know what you got. And when you send it, it does what you want it to do.
Yeah.
Like a well-fine oiled machine. It just go. It's going to be like that. That's what we're working for, man. We're just working to be a fluid team that's consistent. We don't want to be up and down and all that. We want to just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're striving to do. We're striving to win, man. We want to go win it all. We're not out here just doing all this stuff, putting all these days in, all these hours of sweat, and all the stuff we go through, all the adversity that we go through just to be average. We're striving to be something great here in Columbia.
You mentioned Spencer. How has that sort of camaraderie, the rapport, the little intricacies of running the routes like you talked about, what did you see from Spencer this spring, kind of getting to work out with him firsthand, and how has that come along, I guess?
Man, Spencer's a cool dude. Shout out to Spence. That's my guy, too. I ain't going to call everybody my guy, but I might have a few guys. But yeah, Spence cool, man. He definitely is a top-tier quarterback. He definitely belongs in the SEC. And with the things that's going on, he's out. He got a chip on his shoulder, too. You know what I'm saying? So he's very, very specific, very kind of articulate about certain things, but you can go to him, ask him anything. He'll talk to you. He'll laugh with you. Now, if don't ask him to, I ain't gonna say I haven't asked him to go out or anything like that because I do me, but I don't know about that side. I know he golfs and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, Spencer's a cool dude, very intelligent. He knows what he wants to do with the ball. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we all work together. To make each other better. We will go to him. Hey, Spence, when you see this, I might do this. If you see this, let me know, and we could do that. Man, we just one big family, man, that can critique each other without getting too harsh about it or in our feelings about it.
There's been a lot of talk about, as Wes said earlier, you and Trey, Spencer, obviously Juice Wells. Are there some guys that you've seen out there during whether it's weightlifting or out there on the field in the player run stuff that maybe deserve a little bit more love and, maybe should carry more expectations among the fan base for what they're going to do this season?
That's a good question. More love? I feel like everybody needs more love. The whole Gamecock staff, the family, Coach Beamer, me, myself, Spence, Juice, X, AB, Juju, DK, our big boys on the O-line, or Jakai, everybody, Vili, Deshaun, everybody, my boy Scoop. I feel like everybody just needs more love, because if we get that love, we can give y'all that love back. And I already know we have the best fans in the country. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say some of the best. We have the best fans in the country, and we feel that love. But, certain times when people get in a slump or things not going, the way people thought they would go and the way we know they can go, just extend a helping hand and share some love, a little positivity. That can't never do nobody no wrong.
No doubt, man, no doubt. So the blocking side of playing in the SEC, I know technique is technique, but did you notice a difference in terms of like, all right, at this level, bigger, more athletic, quicker? What was that what was that kind of transition like?
I'll say coming from Conference USA, the play would be, don't quote me on this because I'm not exact, the play would be 6-7 seconds maybe, a long play. Maybe a short play about 5-6 seconds, maybe something like that. Here is a whole lot quicker. Like, when I first got to college, it sped up for me. Gaps close quick, windows close quick. Now it's even quicker. So it's kind of like bigger, faster, stronger. Yeah. Smarter. Yeah. So it's kind of like you got to know what you're doing, man. You got to know what you're doing.
When you're some guys you've matched up with during the spring, so let's go to the Gamecocks defense. Talked about a lot of your guys on offense that you played with, but
there's some dogs over there now.
Who's impressed you that you've had to match up with or that you just observed?
There's some dogs over there. I done had a couple run-ins with BT. I don't know if y'all know who BT is, but I had a couple run-ins with BT.
Brian Thomas?
Oh, yeah. I had a couple. BT is a stud. BT is a stud. Bam is a stud. Bam is a stud. Bam Martin Scott, Debo, Nick E-Man, Nicky Mari. He's the truth. Celis, OD, our safeties, DQ. We got some dogs over there, man. And the way we practice and the way we do things, we don't do nothing but make each other better. Iron sharpens iron out here at Carolina, for real. And that's how Coach Beamer runs it. It ain't no handouts. It ain't gonna be easy. We compete every day. We make each other better every day. We trying to go win.
All right, guys, we got to hit another quick break. This is Garnet Trust Hour 107.5.
Oh, yeah, TJ, I ain't forget about you neither, TJ, big dog.
Okay, there you go. Don't want to forget TJ.
I ain't forgetting none of y'all boys, man.
Any other your boys you need to shout out?
Nah, the whole Gamecock football family, everybody.
Okay. There you go. Josh is spreading the love here. We're spreading the love, too. It's 107.5 The Game, Garnet Trust Hour. Josh Simon in studio.
Listening to you guys, you're talking about proposal.
Yeah.
I would be, if I was that young lady. My husband proposed to me while I was on the toilet.
See, that's what I'm saying. Most of us got this, but you get an award for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Please, do tell.
What did he say?
Here, this is for you.
Well, I guess you were trapped. Where could you go? He picked the right moment.
And then you said, well, this is for you.
You said yes?
Yes, I did.
How many years?
22.
Well, the princess is on the throne. It's here's the fairy tale.
It's the American standard proposal.
Right. Not quite what we meant about being on the throne, but okay.
So, yeah, I'd have took it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. He finally proposed. What a dingleberry. All right.
Be right back.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
All right, what's up? Welcome back. Final segment here with Josh Simon, South Carolina tight end. 107.5 The Game, Garnet Trust Hour. Josh, you said this earlier, man. Your fifth year?
Yeah, I'm going my fifth year.
Fifth year. All this COVID stuff makes it hard to either kind of lose count of, you got red shirts and COVID years. You technically have 2 more years left. Medical.
Yeah. Medical.
Yep. Are you going to use both years? Or
I don't think it's a bad idea, but I feel like if I go out there and do what I need to do, I got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't got no kids or nothing like that, but I do got a family I want to feed,
Yeah. And we're putting you on the spot anyway. Obviously, I think any college football player, you get to the point you're upperclassman.
Yeah, man.
You got to make a decision.
Yeah, I'm getting old, man. I can't be in college all my life. Yeah.
Well, what does I think you have to judge that at the end of the season, right? Or at least part of the way through. But what does success look like for you this year, individually? I know y'all got high hopes as a team, but what do you want to accomplish by the time the year's over?
Honestly,
Can you quantify it?
Yeah, I can. You know how people say make a goal, put it on the mirror so you can see it every day. You know, I have my personal goals, but I'm a team guy, honestly. As long as South Carolina football go 12-0, we go win the Natty. And John Simon, I went 10 for 10, 1 touchdown. We got Natty, you know. But me personally, honestly, to all jokes aside, I think my career high is maybe 33, 360. So to match that or to do better than that in the SEC, you know,
that'd be something.
Yeah.
What is for Gamecock fans who have not seen you play in person yet, what should they expect from Josh Simon, in your own words, on the field this year, man? And that, you can take that any way you want, any direction you want. But
I ain't going to put it in my words. I can put it in some words I've been told about my style of play.
Okay, I like that.
Hard to tackle.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like anybody should be hard to tackle. You should win all your one-on-one battles. You know, should one person be able to take you down? But me personally, I feel like I'm hard to tackle. It takes a couple sometimes. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I run through everything, but you know, I run hard. I'm pretty quick. You know, I don't look like I move fast, but I feel like I'm fast. I'm told I can move a little bit. Strong hands. And I'm still working on, you know, getting better as a player. You know, just the awareness, the consistency, the little technique things, just knowing downs and situational football and stuff like that. I'm really trying to hone in on the little things at this moment. You know, at this point, it ain't about. Well, it is about the big plays, the explosive plays. Those two, the explosive plays. You know, but yeah, man, I'm just trying to get better. Get better as a person, get better as a player, clean everything up the best way I can clean up and get some help from my coaches, my staff, my teammates, like I said, and go win this thing.
Before we came in, you were talking about, you know, just the adjustment and how things have been going in the offseason. And you mentioned that it seemed like y'all are becoming even closer. Tell us a little bit about that, just kind of the family atmosphere.
And I reckon over time you be with people for so long, you know, you can love them or hate them. After a while, you'll realize why people are the way they are. You can grow with them better. You learn how to communicate with each other. You learn how to talk to people. You learn what motivates people and what doesn't motivate people. You can understand how I can talk to him like this, but I can't talk to him like that. You know what I'm saying? And just to, you know, people are starting to realize, you know, it's getting kind of late. You know, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? And right now is a time to where we're like, okay, we got to do it, and we got to do it now. So it's like we all realizing that we don't need nobody telling us what we know what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we buying in, man. We buying in every day. We working every day. We competing every day.
Josh, you got some motivational ability to you, man. Have you thought about? I know you said you're getting a little bit old college wise.
Yeah. Let's
project it out there. 10-year NFL career. So we're
call me.
Yeah, we're shooting on out there.
Tell them call me.
What's your goals? Have you kind of thought about off the field, like after football?
Yeah.
Are you going to be taking me and Chris's job in there?
No.
Or what? What do you want to do?
I'm a blue collar type of guy, man.
Yeah.
If I get me some of that league money, I'm a blue collar type of guy, literally, man.
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere hunting, fishing. I want to own a couple 18-wheelers. My dad drove trucks for 14, 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I don't know how to drive, an 18-speed. I want to learn how to drive one of those. Yeah, man. I'm a KW guy. My daddy and brother like them Peterbilts, but I'll be somewhere working, man. I like using my hands. I'll be somewhere in demolition, landscaping. I got my brother and my dad and us, we got a landscaping business now. We cut grass. We got a Kubota and a Husqvarna. Cough, you know. We need some of that too. But yeah, we manage over about 50 clients or so. You know, we cut. They're cutting right now. I can't cut right now because I'm in football. You know, but I'll be somewhere working, man. I'll be putting my money to use. I'll be somewhere working, building a race car or something.
Have you heard Kai Kroger's Kubota commercial on 107.5? Yeah, we got to play it for you.
Kubota, Husqvarna, Steel, you know, John Deere, holla at me. We need some stuff, man. We're going to put it to work. Commercial, not residential neither.
Yeah, we need that's an NIL opportunity for somebody out there with Josh here.
I'm trying to tell y'all, they cutting grass right now.
Hey, if you're listening, they can cut your grass too.
An excavator, dump truck, backhoe, or a skid steer. I'm trying to tell you.
Man.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
I'm a country dude, man. I like to use my hands. I like to be outside.
I think my dad my late dad was a little more disappointed I didn't turn out a little more like you, like he liked to work with his hands, and I turned in a little bit more artsy type when I'm talking on the radio. So, we need both types of people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I appreciate that work
you guys,
ethic.
man.
Yeah,
It's been an honor.
Yeah.
All right. You get to run out to 2001 with 80,000 people, run out the tunnel at Williams-Brice Stadium.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Yeah.
That's a feeling I'm waiting on. I'm the type of guy, I get butterflies sometimes. Sometimes it'd be like, oh, it's so surreal. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those, sometimes it's like first hit and then I got to get touched once and then I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I've heard about the Sandstorm. I've been to a couple games back when Muschamp was here, but it hasn't been anything recently. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in school. But yeah, I'm waiting to see that thing packed out to the top 80 plus, all 4 quarters. Man, shoot.
The light, have you seen the...
Yeah, I've seen the light show. They had a light show during spring game.
Yeah. But it's different when you got 80,000 people packed.
I ain't seen it like that, man.
So, hey, let's talk about that a little bit. You talked about the butterflies. What is a game day? I'm sure every player probably has a little different feel for how a game day plays out. Leading into it, when did the nerves sort of kick in? When is the excitement?
The night before. Night
before?
Yeah.
Do you sleep or you kind of...
All depends. Yeah, that's the hard part about it, man. If y'all see guys that go on the road, that sleep is a big part. Like going to sleep in that hotel, you might can't get comfortable in that bed, or something just might not go right. You might be up till 2:00 fighting sleep, can't sleep, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, it's for me. It's the night before.
Yeah, and
then the day of, it's kind of like I'm in a whole zone. I don't hear too much. I don't talk to too many people. It's like I'm focused.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
You got any rituals before the game?
No, I used to eat a whole pack of candy. Yeah.
Huh. Did that work out well, or did you have to scrap that?
I just got rid of it.
Okay.
It's just something I felt like if I
Health
had to...
decision?
Yeah, that too. I felt like I had to rely on the ritual. I didn't have it one day, it would be all... But no,
That's a good point.
I don't have too many really pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's an everyday thing, but make sure I say a prayer.
Music, no music?
No, music for sure.
I think about everybody has some tunes.
It's a given.
Yeah, it's a given.
I think. Man, we're out of time, Josh. This has been fun, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Let's do this again, man.
Yeah,
I want to go hunting. Like,
I'm gonna have to wait till about November.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait till bye week.
Okay.
There you go. I'm trying to tell you, we used to coon hunt too, man. Middle of the night. You can do that right now. I believe coon all year round.
What time? What time do you? How long is that? What time do you leave in the night?
And then,
yeah,
some people drop the ball. Some people drop their dogs 1:00. Some people drop at 11. Some people drop at 12. It's literally in the middle of the night. They don't come out. They nocturnal animals.
Yep.
Some people put out corn piles. Some people turn them loose off the corn piles. Some people turn them loose in the woods. See what kind of dog you got. You know what I'm saying? You turn them loose on corn pile. You see what type of dog people got. There's a lot. Bro.
Hey, we've learned a lot today, Chris.
Yeah, get you some educational. If you want to go cool hunting. I wade some water hip deep, and I'm 6'4". Yeah.
Josh, this has been awesome, man. Hey, let's do it again. All right, let's make this happen. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, good luck this season.
Shout out 360 Clean. Once again, we appreciate everything you guys are doing for us in the NRL world and in the real world. We appreciate you guys. And once again, that's 360 Clean.
There it is. Josh Simon, Chris Clark. I'm Wes Mitchell. Shout out 360 Clean. This has been the Garnet Trust Hour, 107.5.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks, 107.5 The Game.
And welcome back into the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head and Chris Clark along with you. Thank you so much to Joshua Simon for hanging out with us for just a little bit. A lot of great insight that he was able to offer. And Chris, we are waiting here for just a moment, hoping to speak to DJ Swearinger, actually, former Gamecock, here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get DJ. This one's been touch and go. He's super busy, Tyler, obviously. Right. And DJ has actually a couple really cool camps coming up that we wanted to let the people know about, some opportunities, wanted to catch up with him for a little bit. We should be able to get him, but if not, we're going to do it another time.
That's we're fluid here.
We're fluid. The joys of live radio. This is what we do. But we will wait on DJ to see if we can connect with him. If we can, then obviously we'll chat with him.
I was, knowing that we were going to get the opportunity to talk to him, I was going back and watching some of his highlights, and I've taken the time to watch that hit against Clemson. a few times over and over again. Man, what a thumping.
Were you familiar with that hit before you got into the Gamecock atmosphere here?
I did not know there was such a lore around it.
Yes.
Until, and I know last week we were talking about like great plays, obviously, and that one kept getting brought up. And I'm like, okay, there's something deeper to this hit than meets the eye.
Yeah, it was so meaningful because that play just really kind of embodied DJ Swearinger and where South Carolina was at in that rivalry at that point. You know, that was during the streak. They, they had obviously a really good run in that 5 years, and DJ Swearinger was such a big part of that. I don't know if you've seen, Tyler, I think it was before that exact game, Clemson was warming up on the field. Their receivers are throwing the ball around, or quarterbacks to receivers, and here comes the Gamecocks out of the tunnel, and DJ Swearinger just runs right by their line and just knocks the ball away.
I did see that.
And that one's been the subject of so many like funny tweets and memes that are funny but also accurate, because it's like that game was over before it even started because of that. But it just showed, I mean, DJ was just an absolute tone setter.
Yeah.
And remember when we talked to Ellis Johnson a while back, former Gamecocks defensive coordinator, and he was talking about how the late Brad Lawing had been up to scout DJ. Ron Cooper, the Gamecocks former DB coach, had been up to scout DJ in Greenwood, who was a high school quarterback. I mean, I remember him in high school, great player. He did a lot of different things for them. And Ellis Johnson went up to kind of get his own perspective. Hey, should we go on this guy? Should we offer this guy? And he came back and was like, guys, there's just something about this guy. And so that's what we've seen. I mean, DJ really, he kind of embodies that entire era of Gamecock football. He's got, you mentioned his highlights. He's got so many of them. He honestly was not maybe the most physically gifted guy. Sure. Like, you can think of guys that were more physically gifted as far as their size, how fast they could run. But his will to win, his physicality, his intelligence as a football player were just absolutely off the charts, DJ Swearinger.
Yeah, and obviously went on to have a very respectable NFL career, still playing football, by the way, most recently with the D.C. Defenders in the XFL this past season. So still going on out there on the football field as well.
Yeah, still going, and doing some really cool things also in Greenwood. DJ has his own foundation, which is very aptly named, Tyler, Two Spoons, which is kind of one of his catchphrases. When you think of DJ Swearinger, you think of Two Spoons, you think of Grind Flu. He's a guy that's just such a worker and not afraid to let people know it. So he's got that going on. Also this weekend, I should mention first, he has along with his foundation, he actually bought a rec center up in his hometown of Greenwood and is transforming that into the Swearinger Center. So hopefully at some point we'll get an update on that. But then also has a free field day going on 520 Seaboard Avenue on July 15th, which of course is on Saturday, and that is at the Swearinger Center in Greenwood. So free field day. It's actually a 5-on-5 tournament going on with a $2,500 prize. And then he's got the Grind Flu Camp, which is also free on July 15th. That's going to be from 9 to 12 in Greenwood. So mark those dates. If you want more information, you can find DJ on Twitter. You probably know where to find him. But if you're a Gamecock fan who does not follow DJ on Twitter, you should. But it is at Jungle Boy Swag, and that is BOI_SWAGG.
I know,
so on brand.
I know he had to have made that in high school.
Jungle Boy Swag?
That Twitter account. I would imagine so.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember. You know what? I mean, DJ was in. I'm dating myself because I can't even remember when Twitter launched, and I don't remember when it became super popular. I definitely remember in that era, like early Jadeveon Clowney days at South Carolina, Twitter was starting to take off. Certainly, like not like it is now.
Sure.
Just in general, and not in the sports atmosphere. But I don't know if I don't know if he was a big social media guy in high school. He's in the 2009 class.
Yeah, so his Twitter account says he joined in April of 2011. And now you can change your Twitter name over time, so maybe that wasn't the original one.
Yeah, it might not have been in the original. Certainly you can change it. I just don't remember. I feel like it might have happened after he got to South Carolina because I don't even know where that nickname was coined or how. But we need to do a little bit of research on that. Maybe we can actually ask DJ. We're going to have – it actually looks like he's on the line right now, Tyler. So maybe we can get him on the phone and we'll have – I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes with him to run down a couple things real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And DJ is joining us on the Love Chevrolet phone lines right now. DJ, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes to talk with us here on 107.5 The Game.
Most definitely, man. Glad to be on.
All right, DJ, appreciate you joining us, man. So first, let's solve this. Tyler and I were just talking about this real quick. We've only got about 3 or 4 minutes here with you, but the Jungle Boy Swag nickname, it's your Twitter name. I don't remember even when you created your Twitter account, if it's back in high school, if it's in college. When did you coin the Jungle Boy Swag nickname?
Man, Jungle Boy Swag, man. That was my freshman year, man. My freshman year of college. My roommates actually kind of gave me that name, man. Jungle Boy. He just called me Jungle Boy. You know, I used to always talk about if you don't hunt, you don't eat. Just certain little football saying.
Yeah.
And then I had the smaller dreads then. So, they just called me like, Jungle Boy, man. I was like, man, they like, man, you a Jungle Boy, man. Like, and, from being from South Carolina, just, country accent a little bit. And, just being from where I'm from in South Carolina, man, they just gave me the nickname Jungle Boy. And my nickname always been Swag since I was little. So I ended up combining my two, my childhood nickname and my college nickname together and made it a nickname, Twitter name.
It's definitely stuck. Hey, we want to make sure we might have a time for a couple on-field questions, but want to make sure we hit on this for you. I know you've got some events coming up this weekend. Another one of your sayings, Grind Flu, that you talk about a lot. So you've got the Grind Flu camp coming up on Saturday in Greenwood, the free field day, the 5-on-5. Tell us a little bit about that, what it's going to be like, and then how people can get more information on participating.
Yes, man. Every year, man, I do a camp, man. This is my 10th camp over the last years. I do it at Greenwood High School, and we basically doing it on Saturday at 9 a.m. from 9 to 12. And as of recent, as of 2020, man, I bought my recreation center back in my old neighborhood, and I'm basically renovating everything with that. It's a little slow process, but we definitely renovating everything and getting everything up to speed. At 1 o'clock on Saturday, I'm going to have my 5-on-5 tournament, and I'm going to give the winners $2,500. It's $200 to get in the tournament, but the winners will get $2,500. And I actually have a fun day at the site as well, like a lot of bounce houses, food trucks, games for the kids. At the same site at 420 Seaboard Ave in Greenwood at 1 o'clock, man. So I basically got a full day on Saturday, camp in the AM at the high school, and 5-on-5 fun day at the Swearinger Center at 1 o'clock, man. So it'll be a day full of events for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like it's going to be a great time. And being that you are from Greenwood and you said you've been doing this for years now, why is it so important to you to be able to give back to your community now?
Man, it's extremely important, man, because, just traveling the world, man, you see how different it is elsewhere. Being from Greenwood, man, very small town, not really much access to a lot of things. So, especially being like pro players and just a lot of different successful beings, being from Greenwood, they kind of like tend to branch off and go live elsewhere because the city's so small. So, when I was, in high school and college, I always said, man, when I make it big, I'm going to make sure I come back every year. And I'm also try to build the center, which came, is finally here. And I always wanted to give back to my city and show other people that they could do it, because we come from such a small place and a spot that a lot of people don't normally make it out of. So, I think it's my duty to give back to my community and tell all the young kids, girls and boys, that they can make it and be successful in anything they put their mind to.
Absolutely. Well, DJ, we know you're a busy guy. We appreciate you taking a few minutes to tell us a little bit about this camp, and excited to see what happens this weekend. I know it's going to be a great time.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Absolutely. Again, that was DJ Swearinger, and his camp's coming up this weekend out there in Greenwood. That'll do it for today's edition of the Garnet Trust Hour. Coming up next, it is the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs on 107.5 The Game.
We were talking about The Bachelorette and all the crazy stuff that went down during the finale. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say this about The Bachelorette. I just hope that Hannah and Tyler stick together.
Was she the one that was sticking together with Tyler in the windmill?
No, that was not Tyler in the windmill.
It was Peter.
What?
Oh, it's Peter in the
that's
windmill.
right.
She saw a lot of Peter in the windmill.
From what I understand, 4 times in the windmill.
Man.
Hannah was busy.
Right?
She was.
Dang.
In the windmill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, I hope her and Tyler really do, because they were good. That dude that did that Jed dude, he was crazy.
Yeah, well, if he was only there to better his music career, then he's a slimy guy. But I don't care. You go on that show and you're making out and getting in the windmill with all these people all the time. Look, you know what? You're just as bad as everybody else. And just
right.
I'm not going to be able to look at the Altamont or Dutch Bros the same.